You hear that? That's the awkward silence of a family dinner after you just got caught vaping. Most vapes contain high levels of nicotine and disappointment. Brought to you by The Real Cost and the FDA.
Okay, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss show. And in this episode, this is going to be another random episode. I don't have no real topic to talk about. Probably just going to be a bunch of random stuff. But anyways, first thing I wanted to talk about was, what about this Bugatti Chiron, however the last part is pronounced, but a Bugatti car. So for those that don't really follow cars that much and all that other crap, I mean, if you don't, but you might have seen it, I don't know, it was trending this week. But yeah, they got this new car, the Bugatti. Well, I mean, it's been out for a couple of years, I think. Either it came out last year or a couple of years ago, I can't remember. But anyways, so yeah, this car, like, they I guess came out with a new edition of the Bugatti Chiron, like, cars, and that car can go 304 miles per hour. Like, where do you have... See, my thing is, because I think those cars are amazing. Alright, I think all those cars, they look amazing. My favorite, like, supercar is a Koenigsegg Agera R. After I watched that movie Need for Speed, I fell in love with them cars. But I don't want an engine, or I don't want the parts that's going to have me, because I guess that car, the Koenigsegg Agera R, I think it had like topped out at like 280 something or 270 something. But I don't want a car that, like, a car like that, like, if it does like 150 maybe, I don't know, like, if it's like some like the common like top speed in cars and stuff, like 140 or 160, I'm cool with that. Okay, I am so cool with that. But for that car to just take it to the next level and go 300 miles per hour, I'll just be scared. Like, I know that, well, I know Tracy Morgan, because I remember he bought one of those cars not too long ago. Guy crashed his like a Honda or whatever it was, crashed his car into Tracy Morgan's Bugatti. And yeah, Tracy Morgan, I think he was pretty upset about it and stuff. But I'm like, that's what I'm afraid of. People are gonna like crash into my car, then they're gonna like, that guy, I think he stayed and stuff, but probably because of all that attention that he caused to himself, like, you crashed into a 2.4, yeah, and to tell you guys the prices of those cars. How much is, I think the Bugatti Chiron goes for like $2 million or something like that. Price. Yeah, there we go. Wow. Oh. So Bugatti Chiron. Okay, so on Google they say a Bugatti Chiron, a brand's basic model, costs about $3 million. Just the basic model, just like this ain't the fastest, but it's I guess it's like the car just topped out at 304 miles per hour. So that makes you wonder, like, what other cars they got. Like, that's when you doing too much. The basic model does 300. That makes you wonder about the other models. But no, they said the brand's basic model costs about $3 million. Bugatti's latest creation, though, sets a new bar in price and exclusivity. Bugatti's La Voiture Noire costs $19 million, including taxes. Before taxes, the car costs $12.5. That is just crazy. $12.5 million for a car. Like, that's the type of stuff where I'm like, bruh. That's why I'm like, when I start making a lot of money, like, from the podcast and YouTube and all of that, I'm buying me a Mustang and that's it. Like I'm buying me a Mustang and I'm only focused on that Mustang. Like after that, I'm just like nah. Like I mean, I might get me some other cars and stuff. I mean, it just really depends on how much I'm making, but. Yeah, with those cars, man, like I had to like I don't know, I had to become like an actor or a rapper. Like I had to become like somebody where I am making that type of money and it's just like money is just no option to me and things like or is that how that saying goes? I think that's how that saying goes. Who cares if it doesn't goes like that? But anyways, yeah, when I just don't care about money anymore and I just start throwing it away at just a bunch of random stuff. I mean, I feel like now I kind of do that, but it's investments. It's investments. Like I feel like something like when it comes to that point in time, if I am making millions and stuff, I mean I'm cool with like 100,000s and things. That's honestly the goal to just get in that 100,000 range. But yeah, if I'm making like freaking $60 million a year and stuff like that, I probably will get me like $1 million car. I mean I feel like what 60. Like you think about it, because it's kind of like having $60, all right, and then there's that candy bar that costs $1. I don't mind wasting $1 from the 60 I have. I'll just get 60 again. So, but yeah, I wish I had like GTA 5 money, like Grand Theft Auto 5, bruh. I remember when somebody had modded that game and gave me almost $300 million. I went. That honestly, that's probably what would happen. I would go crazy. I mean, I wouldn't like not crazy like I would lose my mind. Well, I guess like in a way, I don't know. I wouldn't really say I would lose my mind, but I would be buying a bunch of crap. I seriously would. I'd go get me some fancy apartment, probably downtown Seattle somewhere. Go to a dealership, buy me a crazy amount of cars. What else? Definitely will be buying me a crap ton of sneakers. Definitely will be buying me a crap ton of clothes. Like I probably would be like I wouldn't honestly no, not an apartment. I'll get me a good old fashioned like just big giant house like out in the middle of a field somewhere. Like I said, like it had to be like in like a Bill Gates like area. You know, like that's what I would have to do. Cause I'm like I can't being downtown Seattle and I'm a million I'm like I live out in like in the country somewhere. I don't know, but anyways, yeah, that's I would go crazy with the money. And then it was like I remember in that game that whoever the person was, shout out to him, but I remember he gave me that money. Now it's just like I think I invited him to a party or I sent him a message and I was like, bro, thank you for that because I was broke in this game. Like, it's messed up when you're broke in a video game. They even start you off broke in that game, too. You, like, the thing is, they'll have you do some missions, and then you can go and steal a car or maybe buy a car or something. Then I don't even know if you can buy a car. I think you need a place to buy a car in that game. But I remember when I had played Grand Theft Auto 5 online, because it's the online mode. The story mode's a separate situation. But when you create a character in online mode, they start you off in the middle of the street. Then you go to your cell phone to choose a mission. All right, and then I remember when I started. I did some missions. I was playing around with my friends and stuff, but they had me living in an SUV. Like I ain't had no house, I ain't have no apartment. Every time all my friends, they were sitting there playing that game, doing money glitches and all that stuff. Me, I was just playing that game just to be playing it. I was playing the levels, playing the races and stuff. I was overall enjoying the game. Everybody else is like out there doing glitches and things. I don't know. Do they even still? Let me see if they still got like GTA 5 glitches. Because if people are still doing that, I swear, man, they still got people doing these glitches, bro. Like, man, people. That's what I'm like. I remember there was a friend of mine. Good friend of mine. That man, he's like my brother, honestly. But I remember he had me and another friend of ours, like up like 2-3 in the morning doing Grand Theft Auto glitches. We're all tired. Like mainly the other friend. I remember there was a time he fell asleep, And yeah, he was all like, okay, so park out in front of the house, stop the garage so the car can duplicate, and then I can have another car and I go to the like auto zone place in the game, and then I can sell that car. And I'm like, dang man, like why can't we just do a mission? Like, dang, you got us doing a bunch of extra stuff. Like, I ain't come here for this. And so, anyways, yeah, it was like he had us doing that. And I remember he got banned. His account had got banned from Grand Theft Auto, so he couldn't even play off of that account anymore. And I'm like, bro, you pulled it on yourself. I think I remember he asked me for my account, and I'm like, nah, you ain't getting my account. I ain't had my account since I created my Xbox account, so I will not get that account banned. Anything. I ain't having anything happen to that account. So, anyways, yeah, you're gonna have to ask somebody else. I think he overall created a new account. I don't know if he plays video. I think he does from time to time, but yeah, I was like, bro, you gotta stop with these glitches, man. Then I remember the heist missions came. Grand Theft Auto though, they're kind of stingy with their money. Like, they seriously are. I have never seen a video game so stingy with their money before. You could do missions and get like $1,000 from it. I'm like, bro, that's like real life. Like, no, we need video game type money. I need to do a mission and get like $10-15 billion from it. Like, Grand Theft Auto, it changed throughout the years, man. I remember I was doing those cheat codes left and right back in the day in Grand Theft Auto. Now I'm like, I stopped using cheat codes. I think when I played Red Dead Redemption, the first one. Now they was all like, if you use cheat codes, then you won't be able to get achievements. And me, I'm that person where I'm like, no, I want the achievements, I want the trophies, I want all of that stuff. I don't want to I don't want that to not get anything. Like, I want the achievements and things, because the thing is like in video games you tend to die a lot, all right? And I'm not one of those like video game wizards where I can play a game without dying and stuff. So yeah, I'm like, I for a second I was using cheat codes, and I remember in San Andreas, and you can't even get. I don't even think you could get achievements in San Andreas. They might have it like an updated version where you can and stuff, but I don't think you can. But I don't know. But anyways, yeah, I was getting cheat codes left and right in that game. And what else? There was time I was supplying kids at my elementary school cheat codes. I remember, like, cause my mom, she was the only one that would buy me like the cheat code like magazines and stuff. They had like the one called Cheat Codes, and then they had the one called Tips and Tricks. But I think Tips and Tricks ran out of business, and then Cheat Codes took over. And so I still got those magazines too. I've not gotten rid of those magazines. I should do like a YouTube video on those magazines. I remember I still have the PlayStation 2 magazines. What else? Yeah, I got all those magazines, man. Those magazines, they were like, I like the PlayStation 2 magazines because they had like demo video games in them, but I ended up throwing all those games away and stuff. I wish I didn't. I probably would have got PlayStation 3 and been still playing those demo games and stuff. But yeah, I think, well, actually I could just like figure out. I don't even think GameStop probably don't even sell PlayStation 2 games anymore. They do. They probably, yeah. I remember I seen a YouTube video. They be throwing them games away. Like, if the game is too old and ain't nobody buying it, they probably be throwing them games away, or maybe keep them for themselves or something. I don't know, but I don't think, because it's like, yeah, when a game ain't doing so good, there's a few games out there like that too. There's some games out there where I'm like, I know ain't nobody playing them games now, unless they, maybe for like YouTube videos or something, just to get some views off of that game. The one game I know people, they stopped playing that game, and that game came out, I think, like, beginning of this year, or maybe, like, towards the end of last year. At some point in time, this game came out, but it's called Anthem. They hyped that game up so much, okay? That game, and it was so dope what that game it was supposed to be and things, because I made videos on that game, so if you want to go to my gaming channel, you probably... Well, I know the second to last video I did on that game, it was probably the funniest video ever. They had like these like spider-like creatures and things attacking me, and I was flipping out. All right, but I held mine. I ain't turned the game off and things. If this would have been like 11 or 12-year-old me, I probably would have turned that game off and would have never played it again. That's how I was with Fallout. I'll get to Fallout, but back on this Anthem game. No, Anthem, it was, that game, I don't even think anybody is playing it, because I remember the last time I played that game, I tried joining in a lobby and nobody was like playing that game. I think a few people were and stuff, but overall, I think that was just a cash grab. There's just all like EA, they probably was like, because I ended up, unfortunately, bought the game digitally and I can't trade the game back in. I probably would have traded the game back in. But, yeah, it was like that game, because no, it was so dope. You have these suits and you be flying around like Iron Man, and then it's dope because they have it where it's like the suits will overheat, so you gotta fly by these like waterfalls and stuff. The game looked beautiful. Like, it looked really nice. I overall didn't like the fact that they had like weird creatures in that game. If they had just had it where I was just going up against like other people like myself, or like some like other people and things, but not weird creatures and giant bugs and all that. Like, I don't like stuff like that, man. I hate stuff like that. That's why I never played the game Fallout 3. That game put fear in my eyes. For a video game to put fear in my eyes, like, that was the one. That was the one. That game had me on the edge for every game that I've ever played. I can't, like, honestly, I can't play games anymore without being on the edge. Like, if I know it's a game where they ain't gonna be having weird stuff like that in there, then I'm cool. Like a racing game, I'm cool with that. Mario, cool with that. Okay? I just picked up NBA 2K20. Cool with that. Why? Because it's a normal game. But them like abnormal games, them games where they gotta have giant creatures with 8 legs chasing after you, it's stuff like that. I'm just not with it. Fallout 3, because no, they had stuff. They had these fire ants, rad roaches. I remember it was either a warhog, it was something. All right, it was a mutated pig. That thing come running up out the darkness and ran up on me and stuff. And guess the weapons that they give you. Because my thing is, I probably would have been feeling a lot better if they gave me like, because they have it where you wear like these like giant big like suits and stuff in that game. And so if they would have started me off with that, then I probably would have been okay. But the fact that they start you off with a BB gun and a pistol with barely any ammo. So like I'm like, you put me in a situation like that, I cannot play that game because I already know I'm going to die out there. So anyways, yeah, if I was like wearing like big giant suits, can demolish stuff like within seconds and things, then I have been okay. But now that game put fear in my eyes. That's a video game I will never play. I know people gonna probably see this, or if I talk about it, I think I have talked about it in YouTube videos. But yeah, people, they see that and they want me to play that game. I'm probably not gonna do it because I'm like, nope. There had to be a like it had to be like for charity or like for like to help some kids out or something. Like, that'll probably be the only reason why I will honestly play that game. Just to, I guess, yeah, maybe get some laughs out of kids and stuff, you know. But, like, overall, like, because that's kids deserve a laugh. So, yeah, if it was some stuff like that, then I probably would play it. But if I'm just playing it just to be playing, no, I would not do that to myself. I love myself way too much to do that to myself. So, I'm sticking to all the normal games out there. But what was some other like bad, like really bad games? I mean, I got my PlayStation on right now. I'm downloading the game. There is one game called Lawbreakers. That game, nobody's not playing that game. That's one game that nobody is not playing. And I'm so surprised in it. Like, I was like, that game, it looked like it could have been good. But I know I had raged a lot in that game. But nobody's playing that game. But Apex Legends, bro. Apex Legends, that has to be the funnest game to come out this year. That game is the first game that gave me my Battle Royale victory. I have never gotten a Battle Royale victory before in a game, and that's what Apex Legends is. It's like Battle Royale, you're going up against like 100 people and stuff, but Apex Legends, they took it to a whole new level. You don't even have to plug in your microphone to talk to people. That's dope. Because I don't like talking to people when it comes to video games. Maybe if it's friends, but random people, nah, I can't do it. I'm sorry. But I'm like, that's why I'm like, if like when I do make it with YouTube and my friends they want to talk with me and stuff, I'm like, listen, I'm gonna send you about $300. Go out, get you a used PlayStation or a used Xbox. All right, get I don't even know what game I'll probably get a free game, a game we can both play, and then that's how we talk. But it, like just the like I don't know like random people and stuff in video games like I just don't like it, man. It's just weird talking with them because you don't know them. So it's like I don't even know like I don't even know how to approach the conversation and things like it's kind of maybe now that I'm like I'm like kind of like I've exposed myself to a lot of people and things. Well, that sounded so weird. Well, okay, now that I'm in a situation where I have a job and I'm like, cause I think back like when back when I didn't really have to talk to a whole lot of people like school, maybe a little bit after school and stuff. I'm pretty antisocial, so. But now that I have this job downtown and I'm surrounded by people and I have no choice but to talk to them, maybe it might be different. But no, I don't even think so. Cause no, I take that back because I'll hear people talking video games and I'm like, nope, muted. I don't want to hear you. I don't. So, anyways, Apex Legends though, that game, that's the one game where you don't even have to. You press buttons to talk to people in that game. So if they drop something for you, they give you this little message things like press the X button. I don't even know what button it is, but they're like press this button to say thank you. And I'm like, that is so dope. Apex Legends to me, hands down, that's game of the year. That is game of the year right there. But anyways, moving on. Destiny was good. Destiny 2, nah. Grand Theft Auto 5 probably will go down in history as the best Grand Theft Auto game. I mean, it's not, but it'll go down in history like the one that made the most money. Because I think that game made like $2 billion or something like that. It probably even more than that. Marvel Spider-Man, that Spider-Man game was good. I need to go get that game again and play it because that game was good. Payday 2, I ain't played that game for so long now. Yeah, I got YouTube videos of myself playing all of the games I listed off and stuff, but except Fallout 3, I'm not doing that to myself. Tom Clancy games, they're good. There's this old like World War II game called War Thunder, that's good. There's this other game called Warface. That's okay, but it's good. Warframe, that's a good game. Wreckfest, that's really good. It's like a demolition derby game. They got World War Z video game. There's like a lot of like good titles out there, but then there's like the bad ones like Anthem, Lawbreaker. What other games? Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Everybody hated that game. They hated that game, but there was a reason why to hate it. Because if it probably would have just been a separate game, then it would have been okay. But the fact that because they came out with this thing saying that if you buy Infinite Warfare, you get a remastered Modern Warfare, and Modern Warfare is like an old Call of Duty game. And so yeah, by the way, it was like I think did I say Call of Duty? I don't know if I said Call of Duty or not. But anyways, so yeah, people paid like $70 for these two games. All right. Then for them to just later on release Modern Warfare by itself, and then Activision, the people behind Call of Duty, they took it a step further. They went and re-released the game, and so Xbox has this feature where you can play like old Xbox 360 titles. Call of Duty Modern Warfare came out on the Xbox 360. They remastered this game to where you can play it on the newer consoles and all of that. But I don't know how it is on PlayStation, but on Xbox, they released the game with Infinite Warfare. Then they released it solo. And then they did this backwards play, which people can play like the one that wasn't remastered. So overall, like to the people out there that wasted $70 or I think $40 to play Modern Warfare, they could have just waited and then just played the game for free. That was so messed up. Like that was probably the Activision straight finesse people. They like no, it's Activision and EA Games, both them companies, and 2K. Those three companies be finessing people's checks. People be losing out big bucks on these games. All right, big man. But yeah, Infinite Warfare, nobody didn't like that. I'm just going through all the like PlayStation games that nobody like. Lawbreakers, I mean nobody ain't even playing that. What other games? I think that's it. Every other game, for the most part, I be downloading games I know I'm gonna have fun in and stuff. I don't be downloading games I know I'm gonna be upset and mad and things. I actually, no, I take that back. I do. I be playing games that be making me mad, and I need to stop doing that to myself. I really do. I bought this one game, and I actually gave that game right back to GameStops because that game was horrible. Constantly, it was this dirt bike game. Constantly swerving and hitting into stuff, and I'm like, it is so honestly, I need to stop buying those games. I need to actually watch a YouTube video before I buy a game, because I can't. I would have rather played something else. I honestly, I would have rather do a charity event playing Fallout 3 for the kids than to play that game. All right, that's me. But I ain't playing Fallout 3 just because. I'm just saying, man, if people are gonna try to get me, they came out with a Fallout 76. I did play a little bit of that. And things. That was actually I guess it was like okay. Like I guess like closing that door of playing the Fallout game again, because I told myself I wasn't gonna play any more Fallout games, but then I remember there was like that game was online only. So I was just like, because Fallout 3 was a single player game, so nobody could save me. And I was like, man, out there all by myself getting attacked by fire ants, rad roaches, these giant flies, all this stuff. Now I'm like, with multiplayer, there's other people, but no, that Fallout 76, that game flopped. Nobody did not like that game. People bought that game and was like expecting something, but it got nothing. In that game, there's so many connection issues. I haven't played that game lately. But yeah, I heard a lot of people there. It's like there's a friend of mine's at work. He says that he doesn't. He plays that game with friends and friends only. Because it's like that's most of these games. Like you play them with friends. Like you don't want to play them with random people and stuff. There's the 1-2 games, Destiny and The Division. They record like you can play with other people. But me, I played all of those games by myself. Unless they required me to play with other people, but for the most part, I played all those games by myself. I did not want to play with other people. That's just me. I'm like, I don't like playing with other people. I said that already, but I just don't. So, yeah, that was about video games. I don't know what else to really talk about besides video. I spent 25 minutes talking about video games. I'm actually going to talk about some shoes. I freaking got me some new Jordans. Them Jordans, I like those Jordans. They're like half a size bigger though. That was the only size they had, and I wasn't going to get a 9.5 because I remember I put on a 9.5 shoe. That had my foot, like, I felt like I was wearing a monkey. Like, you know how like people be comparing like a suit to a monkey suit because it's too tight? That's how them Jordans were. And I almost was tempted to buying them, but I'm like, think about the foot pains you will have, okay, if you buy these shoes. They're nice, they dope looking, but you ain't gonna like them, okay? They're gonna be uncomfortable. You ain't even gonna be able to wear them. You just gonna have them just sitting there, all right? So you want shoes you can wear, or do you want some shoes that you just gonna be on this? It's gonna be on the shelves for the rest of your life. And I was like, yeah, I put them. So I didn't get those shoes. What shoes did I get? I can't remember what shoes I got. I think did I get some? There are so many different types of Jordans out there. They got, of course, like the classic Jordans that Michael Jordan wore himself in basketball games. Then they got like collaboration Jordans. So they got these ones where they got because I think Jordan and Nike, they're in this deal. So the bottom of the shoe is Nike, but then the upper part of the shoe is Jordan. So they got like Jordans like that, like collaboration Jordans. Then they got the ones called Six Rings, and that's like all of the Jordans that Jordan won during his like championship games. They're like all put together as one shoe, and they're really nice looking too. But man, them shoes, they got some Jordans out there that are mad expensive. Like people, if you're not a sneakerhead, if you don't know that much about sneakers, go into like websites or apps like StockX or Stadium Goods, and you'll see all the different crazy prices on Jordans, all the different shoes, all of that. Like, if you know somebody that's a sneakerhead, and you want to have a conversation with them about sneakers, go on those websites. You'll learn everything that you need to learn about shoes and the pricings on them and all of that. But yeah, man, I'm like, there's just some shoes. There's these one shoes I got. These shoes are mad comfortable. I'm gonna wear them tomorrow when I go out. But it's called the Nike Joyride Run FK. That's like the name it says on the box. Them shoes is so comfortable. Okay, I almost because I was getting ready to make a video on them, but I remember I was doing the podcast. I almost was going to make a whole podcast reviewing these shoes and talking about them. That's how comfortable them shoes are. Them shoes almost became a podcast episode. But no, like, go try out them shoes. They are expensive though. They are $180. Okay, so be prepared to spend some money and things. But if you rich and you're all like, I want to get into shoes, I want to get into sneakers and stuff, get you some running shoes. The thing is, because people, I see where like sneakerheads, they just get strictly like, maybe like some like, yeah, Jordans, of course. Kanye West, he got his like line of shoes, like Yeezys and stuff. That's what they call them. But I see people like doing that and getting like sneakers. So they'll get like any like main big Adidas shoes, which are like Yeezys, Boost, Adidas Boost, and Jordans. Me, I take my sneaker head abilities to a wide variety of shoes. I'll get some Air Forces. I'll get some like running shoes. I'll go and get me some like cheap shoes. I got me some Converse and some Vans, and was just like just because like me. No, I am a sneaker head addict. I love sneakers. I don't even know, and it was crazy at first. I hated sneakers. I hated sneakers so much. I remember when I was in high school and I seen people, they were talking about Jordans. Oh, like, I don't want to scuff up my J's. I don't want to scuff up my Jordans and things. I'm like, bro, they shoes. Who cares? Me, I'm like, nah. Now it's like there's these pair of Jordans. There's a coworker at my job. She stepped on them. I was like, man, that day I was like, I could have yelled, but I'm like, nah, it ain't even worth it. It is not worth it. I almost said like, hey, I was like, I wanted to hear where like, hey, watch where you going. Like, these shoes ain't cheap. Like, these shoes are expensive. And I'm like, I almost said it, but I'm like, nah, like, we cool. But if it had been somebody I wasn't chilled with, I probably would have snapped on them. I seriously would have spazzed on somebody. Like, there's the one, what was it? Everybody Hates Chris. They had it where it was like, I think it was like the first episode, and he went to school, and there was that bully in there, Caruso. And he stepped on his. I think he stepped on his shoes or threw something on his shoes. I think he stepped on his shoes. I spazzed on him right then and there. They waited until after school to fight. Nah. Like, if I was in the sneakers when I was like in high school and stuff, like if I had me some really nice Jordans and somebody stepped on them just because they don't like me, I'm like, well, you're going to have to, every time you see me, it's going to be a situation. So I suggest you just get prepared, okay? Like, you get prepared and for every encounterment that we have. Because there might be a day where I might surprise attack you, and there might be a day where I let you know it's going to happen, okay? So, yeah, I'm like, people like that, where it's like, if they like be disrespectful like that, because I've seen YouTube videos where, or not even YouTube, like World Star videos is what I should call them, because that's overall what they are. But, yeah, the one girl, she cut up the guy's shoes. Other girl threw the shoes in the garbage. Then there was like some crazy like homeless guy picking the shoes up and stuff. Like, he was like Ezel from Friday. He was just like, I ain't gonna pass up an opportunity, so I might as well grab these clothes and shoes. But yeah, I'm like, yeah, I think I had a wife or a girlfriend. She did some stuff like that, cut up my shoes. I'm like, yeah, it's over. What if she's a wife? I'm like, yeah, that's divorce, no hesitation. I probably would ask her, why did she do it? And then if it was over some dumb stuff, like, it was like, I can't even think, because I was like, I don't know, I get into a committed relationship, I know I'm not going to cheat. So I'm like, that's just like all that stuff. Like once I'm in a relationship with the woman, like I'm like, yeah, all that stuff, it's out the window. So I'm like, can't do that. But she cut, like, I can't even think. She cut up my shoes because she just hates the fact that I like shoes and stuff. Like she doesn't want me to be a sneakerhead anymore, and that's supposed to be a practice exercise. I'm like, well, I can see that this is not going to go so good. So yeah, it's over. Like, so you want to pack your stuff or you want me to pack my stuff? Because I'm not going to be in this relationship if my shoes are going to get cut up. Especially, oh man, especially if it was my infrared sixes. Now, let me just tell you the backstory on those shoes because I'll probably end this podcast after that. But anyways, I remember this is like in the height of my, like, I mean, I still am in the height of my, like, sneakerhead addict like personality and stuff. Like I'm in that phase still where I'm like really into sneakers and things. And I remember I was in the Nike store downtown Seattle, and I was just like kind of like looking around and stuff. And I think it must have been beforehand or right then and there I had seen the infrared sixes. And I seen them. They have like they have it in this like display case in this like wall. So I'm kind of just like mesmerized looking at the shoes and stuff because I'm like, man, them shoes is nice. Like they're black. And then they got like these like red like markings at the bottom and stuff. So I'm like, and then it kind of had like, I mean, overall, it's just an amazing looking shoe. Like you had to look them shoes up. They might just look like some regular shoes to you, but to me, those were the shoes that like they did it for me. That was the shoe where it put me out. So I was like, man, I remember I was trying on some shoes and I looked at the dude that worked at the Nike store. I was just like, man, I really want them infrared sixes and stuff, hoping that you're like, oh yeah, sure, we could get you those and things, but nah, you was just like them the display shoes. We definitely ain't giving them shoes away. So, anyways, yeah. So the guy, this man, I seriously like that. I felt like that was a setup. Cause I was like, I seriously could have drop kicked dude for telling me some stuff like that, but he was just like, oh yeah, the shoes, they're coming out. I think he was like towards the end of the year or some stuff like that. I can't even remember when, but he was just like, oh yeah, them shoes, they're gonna come out here soon. I'm like, what? Are you serious? Like them shoes, the infrared sixes? He's like, yeah, they coming out and stuff. So I'm like, oh, I'm pumped, I'm happy. Cause I'm like, man, I want those shoes. I'm gonna get them. I don't care how much they cost. I'm gonna get them. So I'm like, them shoes, they could cost like half my paycheck. I'm like, I'm gonna get them shoes. Cause I'm like, them shoes, I'm like, those are like the one shoes I like. Those are the one shoes I think I was like, I waited some time too. I was like, actually, you know what? No. So I know I had wanted them shoes long beforehand before I had seen them in that like Nike display case. Cause I think I had seen them like on a website or something, and always would like find myself looking them shoes up and then just looking at the photos and stuff. Like all the different photos of those shoes and things. And so then I remember I seen them in the Nike store. Then that's why I had asked the guy. I was just like, oh, or I was just like saying like, hey, I want them shoes. And then he gonna go and tell me like, oh yeah, them shoes gonna come out at the end of the year. So I'm waiting. End of the year comes, or the day happens where them shoes are in store. So I waited till payday. I walked all the way up to that Nike store. I'm like, I had everything ready. I can't remember what shoes I was wearing that day, but I'm like, I don't even care. Them shoes is coming off. Okay? So I go there. I'm all like, I'm looking around. They had the shoes. They had some infrared sixes, but there was a special edition of infrared sixes. It was these white infrared sixes. I wanted the black and red infrared sixes. Okay? He's going to show me the ones that I'm like, bro, I'm talking about the ones in the display case. Forget that shoe, man. I was like, man, I could have threw that shoe halfway across that place. I was like, man, why would you say that? Like, you should have told me or showed me a picture or something. You gonna say, oh yeah, these ones coming out, them ain't the same shoe. But I got them anyways. I was just alright. Cause I wanted to test it out. I wanted to test it out and see if them shoes is comfortable. Cause I remember I bought me some Vans. Them Vans were so uncomfortable. I actually had to take the soles out of some other shoes and put them in, because I'm like, them shoes is mad uncomfortable. But anyways, then I think, who told me that them shoes was that ones that I wanted was coming out? And I remember somebody had told me them shoes was coming out in March, so I was prepared for March. But then I had learned that them shoes is coming out in February. And so then I'm like, I'm like, man, I seriously had almost missed out on getting those shoes. Cause I think I don't remember like for that during that time I wasn't really buying any sneakers. I really just wanted the infrared sixes. I was like, before I get any other pairs of shoes, I want the infrared sixes. So I remember I didn't. I remember that like once I eventually found out that they were coming out in February, then I was just like, oh, I'm not buying any other shoes. I'm getting them infrared sixes. And so I was like, I remember I was walking around during my lunch break. And I remember I walked up to the Nike store and I had asked the guy, because then it was like, because the release date was that next day. So I had asked the guy, I was just like, when are you guys open? And he was like 8 o'clock. And then he was just like, yeah, and it's probably going to be a line and like a raffle thing and all that stuff. And I'm like, dang. And I'm like, man, I don't want to deal with all of that. So then I went to the other two sneaker stores and asked them. The other guy was just like, oh, the infrared sixes are going to show up at 3 o'clock, and then we're going to do like a little raffle ticket thing. And I'm like, dang, what's all these raffle tickets? Man, have these shoes out like right now so I can buy them now and things. I got my money, just take the money and give me the shoes. And so then I went to Foot Locker. And that's why I love Foot Locker. Like, seriously, Foot Locker, if you guys ever want to do a commercial with me, I'm so down with it, okay? But Foot Locker, I go in there, I asked the lady, now it's just all like when do you guys open and things, and are you going to have, like, any infrared sixes available? So she was just like, oh, yeah, we open at, I think she was like 8 o'clock. Then it's a first come, first serve situation, because they did have some infrared sixes, but they had them, like, a limited amount. So I'm like, oh man, that was a gamble. That seriously was a gamble. Because I eventually was going to wake up and then like wake up early and then head over to downtown Seattle and get my the infrared sixes from there. But then I'm like, nah, man. Like, I'm going to take my chances with that, because I don't even know. Like, if I get all the way downtown Seattle and they don't have them, I'm going to be upset. Because I'm like, now I ain't wasted my Orca card money coming down here and stuff. I'm like, and then it's like, and then the mall that's it ain't even that far away and stuff. So I'm like, I'm gonna wait. So anyways, I go up to the mall. They didn't even really have that much of a line, but I was like, I went up there, I went in the Foot Locker. There were some people in line waiting for them shoes. They were waiting for the infrared sixes. And so anyways, I go and I'm in the line, and the guy comes up to me. He was like, what size are you? I'm like, size 10. Boom. Lady in front of everybody, actually no, so it was a guy. It was funny because the guy, so I think his shoe size was 11. They had, I think the only size, they didn't have an 11, they had a 12. And so he was just all like, I'll take a 12. He was just like, I'll make them fit. I'm taking the shoes and stuff. And so he bought his. Then the lady after, the lady after him, she bought 3 pairs of them shoes. 3. So at that point, I'm scared. Because I'm like, man, it's going to probably get down to me. And they're going to be all like, sorry, man. Only size we have left is a size 6. And I'm a size 10. I know I ain't going to be able to fit no size 6. And so, anyways, she buys her shoes. Guy walks up to the rest of us, because it was me, then this tall black guy, and then this Asian dude. So I was just all like, it was just like the 3 of us. You know, like them shows, like Bachelor-like shows, where it's like people standing there, and then they're all like, such and such, you were a good contestant, but you gotta go. It was a situation like that, okay? It was a situation like that, because the 3 of us, we still in line, and the guy was all like, so, he was just like, we only have 1 pairs of the infrared sixes left, and they're a size 10. My heart sank, okay? Seriously, and then the black guy, the Asian guy, he just walked out. He was like, I ain't even gonna say how I'm feeling and stuff. So he walked out. Black guy was all like, man, y'all told me y'all had a size 11. Y'all told me y'all had a size 11 and things. And he was just like, how y'all gonna tell me? And you ain't even got them. And so they are like, sorry, man. Like, it's a first come, first serve situation. Like, if we don't have them, we don't have them and things. And so, anyways, then he walks out. I felt like, you know that episode in Tom and Jerry when he was going up at the elevators to heaven and things? That's how I felt. I felt like I gracefully walked up to the counter, and then they was just all like, "You a size 10?" I'm like, "Yes." They gave me the shoes. They took my money. I was so happy because I'm like, these were the shoes that I wanted. These were the shoes. I have them. I have them right here. I just want to look at the shoes now. I just want to look at the shoes because telling that story, that just made me just so happy and things. I got the shoes right here. And so I'm taking them out the box. I'm taking them out the box. Just ain't gonna try to knock anything over. But anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna let them just sit. Yup, these are it. I just gotta have them sit. I just gonna have one like sit out and stuff. But anyways, yup, man, got them shoes. I'm still happy about it. I'm still happy about the fact that I got these shoes. And yeah, I took it. I was like, I took the shoes. They took my money. I'm walking out. I'm happy. I am so happy. I felt like a Disney character. I'm sitting there walking out and things. I could have broke out into a musical and start singing about some Jordans and stuff. And so anyways, I'm walking out. Guy, the one Asian guy, he walked up on me and things. I'm like, all right, because I'm like, no. So he walks up on me. I'm like, I'm listening to my music. I'm just all happy and stuff. Then he's like walking up, getting ready to say something to me and things. And so I'm all like, man, I'm sorry, man. And then he was just like, yeah. He's like, maybe I could take yours. And I'm like, all right, bro. Cross that line if you want to. All this time I done waited for these shoes, and then you gonna try to take them? Oh, bro. This gonna turn into a movie, cause I'm telling you right now, you ain't gonna be able to sleep tonight, cause I chase you all day if I need to. I'm running. I don't care if I'm running out of breath, all this other stuff and wasting my time. People be all like, it's just a pair of shoes. You don't understand. It's the infrared sixes. It is the OG infrared sixes. I just love looking at them. I just love looking at them and things. Like, I can just look at these shoes all day. Because these shoes is just nice. Like, I love these shoes, man. People can say what they want about sneakerheads, but when you get you a pair of infrared sixes, then you'll understand, all right? But yeah, I walked up out of there, got home, and then it was like the way them shoes had smelled. Like, do they still? They don't really have the smell anymore, but man, them shoes, they had like this new shoe smell. And I'm like, if they re-release those shoes, dang, should I go and I know I shouldn't. I know if I'm like rich, like if I'm making a lot of money and they re-release these shoes, I'll probably buy me a second pair. These will probably be the only pair of shoes where I'll buy me two of the same pair, same color and everything's. But that's what I wish they should. Like, I should see if they got like some like infrared shoelaces. Change out the shoelaces, have them red and stuff. But anyways, I'm happy with how they look. I'm like, man, these shoes, like that. Seriously, I was like, that was an amazing day. That was an amazing, and it was like, I think it was like the week or a couple of weeks before we had like this massive snowstorm. So, and then it was like, yeah. So I had got me a few days off from work. Then sometime later, I get my favorite pair of sneakers. Like, that was a very, very good time in my life. So, anyways, yeah. Guys, go out and get you a pair of infrared sixes. You ain't gonna regret it. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. If you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. And if I need to start saying this in the beginning of my podcast, I don't even know if people be staying till the end and stuff. But anyways, but yeah, if you're going on the website SeatGeek, or if you're going on their app, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. Knocks $20 off your first purchase. So, in that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching and or listening, and peace.